Alright, after what has to be more than a generous handful of mistakes, I'm going to try to record this video again. I am Damien, and welcome back to the CPP4Beginners.com tutorial series. This is going to be episode number 27B, a continuation of the arrays and array reversing homework. Now, I showed you a couple of different ways to reverse arrays in the last exercise. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't want to teach you guys the same sort of thing over and over again. So I'm actually not going to. What I'm actually going to do is show you guys that there are prepackaged libraries available for just such a thing. What we're going to do here is include this library up here called algorithm. We'll be dealing with algorithm a bit throughout our sort of adventures into C++, I suppose you could say. And you might be saying, well, if there's already ways to do this, why are you teaching us? And the answer is so you can have a better understanding of problem solving. Because 99% of coding is really understanding a problem and learning how to attack it. I mean, there's very little in the way of actual hard, really tremendously difficult work in coding. It's all about learning how to identify the problem and attack it. So by teaching you guys a little bit of theory, I'm hoping that I can kind of show you that critical learning and that kind of critical problem solving skills that you're going to need to learn how to identify a problem. Because once it's identified, then you're just following steps. But until then, it's a little bit more difficult. So what we're going to do here is present a couple of different ways for you to solve the reversing problem using pre-existing libraries. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make two for loops. One's going to print out array 1, the other one's going to print out array 2. Mind you, these are exactly the same as they were in the last lesson, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we just output it as it is now, these are going to output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So there you have it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so let's assume that I just want to reverse the first array. I can simply type reverse, open a set of parentheses, array 1, comma, array 1 plus 5. Or I think I can actually use size, because size is equal to 5 here. And then when I go to output this, it should be the exact opposite. It should be 4, 3, 2, 1, followed by the 5 zeros. Well, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And it's just by doing this one line of code. We didn't have to do anything else special to it. Now let's assume that I decided, well, I want to fill up array 2 with what was an array 1, but I don't want to have to go through and, reverse it and then, copy it and then reverse it back. Well, there's actually another useful thing called reverse copy. And it's done just like that. These are, if we didn't have this using namespace std line, these are in the std library, so we would have to append the std : to it. But we are using the std library because pretty much everything we are using is in that library at this point. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're copying we're reversing array 1. That's our target. We're going to be taking array 1 all the way to its end, which means that it's array 1 plus 5 for size. And we're copying it to array 2, which is the target. And this should make it so array 1 now prints out 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and array 2 prints out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to toss in a cout with a couple of blank lines in between. And let's see if this works out. on my first try. And it looks like it has worked out well. So there you have it, 43210, 01234. Just by these two little lines here. Now, assuming that I just wanted to have it switched around and have array 1 equal to what it is and array 2 equal to the opposite, I could then just comment out that line and compile it again. And I'm hoping every now and again that happens. I don't know if this is going to compile right. Yeah, every now and again that happens with the NetBeans compiler. It'll compile and it will give you a blank thing. I'm not sure if it's due to open threads or due to poor memory management, because I haven't really gotten into DRM yet, because it's a little more complicated than what I want to get you guys into right now. But when we come back in, everything should be fine. It should compile, and there you have it right away. 01234 and 43210. So again, I'm going to copy pasta this source code. I'll toss it up in my IDE 1. I'm going to keep this one kind of short. We're at about under 400 seconds now, so that's pretty good for me. If you guys have any questions, comments, rants, raves, anything of the sort, you can shoot me a comment on any of the multitude of ways to get in touch with me. YouTube in the comments below, Reddit, via email, Reddit, via CPP for Beginners subreddit, cppforbeginners.com forums, my email, etc. There's too many ways to get in touch with me, and I'm trying to make it more linear, but it's not working. Well, anyways, you guys, this is going to be the last we're seeing of arrays. Arrays really are not too good for what we're going to be doing in the future, because they have this sort of difficulty of once you specify how big they are, you cannot do anything with them. So we're going to be going into more forms of dynamic sort of storage, and I'm hoping that that's going to give us some kind of an interesting way to attack problems in the future. For now, if you guys want to do extra homework, try reversing a character array. Try seeing if you can kind of validate input using if statements in a character array, because now with a character array, I suppose I'll just toss in a touch more code here. We can say char, and we'll just call it char array 1, and we'll just make its size equal to 80. And you can see in for a character array if you want, but let's just say that the input is Damien, right? Now what I can do is I can say, if, and there's a few different ways you can do this, but we can say if char array 0 is not equal to D, and we want that to be a character D, and then maybe break, or some other statement like that. But it's one of those things where you can start to do very simple forms of validation with character arrays. We're going to be getting into strings next, and we're going to be talking about string stream and things of that nature. But this is most likely going to be the end of section 2. I feel like I've given you guys an awful lot of material in section 2, especially when I consider how important most of it is. Again, you won't really be using arrays a lot in your professional C++ lives, but that doesn't mean that knowing how to use them won't be important. When we get into vectors, which we will be using a lot, the notation is the same. We're still going to be accessing them with subscripts. I'll probably introduce pointers at some point shortly thereafter. But for now, I think that having a firm grasp of everything we've covered is going to be very, very, very important. Alright guys, well, sorry I burned up another 4 minutes just talking and showing you guys a little bit about character arrays. Uh, if it makes you feel any better, I'll give you the summer off. Oh wait, it is the summer. Okay, well, I'm Damien. Thanks for watching. Bye.